YouTube. How we doing? Today, we gonna do something a little different. We gonna do a little Joe Bartolozzi inspired philosophy slash spirituality stream. Because if you know the content creator Joe Bartolozzi, he streams a philosophy stream I think once a week, and he does it because he's a philosophy. He graduated with a major in philosophy from college. So I enjoy those streams of his, and I thought it'd be a great thing to bring over to my channel slash like my streaming slash my YouTube, because I graduated college with a I graduated college with a degree in religious studies. So spirituality, religion, even philosophy are all high in my list of like favorite things to think about, debate about, spend my time on this earth learning about. So, with that being said, I have a little bit of I have some knowledge going into this. Pre-bound knowledge. Pre-forth. Why did that really just mess me up? Okay. I have a little bit of background in what I'm saying. I've studied some of these ideas in the past and know a bit about them. So, if you are in the chat, be nice. Share your opinions, or in the comments. Feel free to share your opinions, but be respectful. Don't shout over people. Try to make somebody think like you believe. I want my channel, my space, everywhere that I am on the internet to be a good group and community of shared ideals, ideas, and inspiration. So, positivity over everything. Do not claim that you have it right, because nobody knows really anything. We're not going to really know anything about the realms of spirituality or religion until we're dead. So, let's just leave it at a collection of ideas, learning about some new things, entertaining new ideas, new perspectives, new cultures, new ways of life. You know what I'm saying? Just like you will with new food or new music. Enjoy these things, think about them, meditate on them, see how they make you feel. You feel me? Prelogue out the way. Let's get into some Marcus Aurelius to start. 10 Stoic teachings of Marcus Aurelius. If you don't know who Marcus Aurelius is, I think it'll explain it in this video anyway. Let's see what Marcus Aurelius has to say.
Aurelius was one of the last good emperors of Rome who genuinely cared for the well-being of his citizens. He lived in a time where death was prevalent and chaos was everywhere. He wrote a manual for himself which we now know as the Meditations. Even though he wrote those words 2,000 years ago, his insights still carry strong weight today. Here are some insights of his Stoic philosophy we can apply to our own life and make it meaningful.
Let's hear it.
1.
I don't know what any of these 10 are, but one of my favorite meditations Marcus Aurelius spoke on that, or wrote on, that can relate to today, is that his feeling one morning of not wanting to leave the warmth of his bed on a cold morning, and like how all he wanted to do was just stay under those covers and enjoy the warmth and the comfort of like that space. But he was like, were humans made to stay under the covers in the warmth of their bed all day? Like, is that what we're created to do? Like, is that what is that why we're here? Like, no, we're obviously not. We're here to conquer, to build, to create, to experience. So I took that to heart, because most mornings, especially whenever I was reading that book, I was having to wake up every day at like 8 a.m. So like, I felt that. Like, I did not want to get out of bed in the morning, but what were we made to do? Get out of that bed, baby. Okay.
Ignore what others are doing. Marcus Aurelius says, don't waste what remains of your life in speculating about your neighbours. Anything that distracts from your fidelity to the ruler within you means a loss of opportunity for some other task. It means that our time is very limited, so why waste our precious energy worrying about our neighbours? Why do we care what they're doing, what they're up to, and what they think of us? We need to ignore everyone and focus on the task at hand. What is our task? Well, whatever is our calling on earth, whether that means creating art, empowering others, or being a loving parent. Today, with social media, we're addicted to what others are doing. We waste our mental energy being envious of others and comparing ourselves to them, and hence feel frustrated that we aren't as successful as our peers.
No, for real though, this is like really a big deal, and now in like today's day and age of everybody being able to see everything, like I think it's like hand in hand with like the increase of like mental illness that we're seeing in society, of the comparison game. Like, I'm this age and I should have this in my life, or like I should be working this job, or like I went to college so I should be doing this, like, and be doing this good in my life. And it's just like, or I need to look like this, or I need to travel and go see this, or I need to have this or have that. Like, we're so obsessed and spend so much energy like on what other people are doing, thinking, like buying, wearing, listening to, eating, believing. Like, it gets such a push in today's world, and it's just like, we spend more time like this, like he says, our task at hand, like, you'll be infinitely better off. So,
in order to stay focused and ignore what others are doing, you need to take a break from doing anything that concerns others. Uninstall all social media apps from your phone, and don't check your Facebook, Instagram, or any other social media network for an entire week. This doesn't mean to ignore your friends and family, but this experiment for a week will help you to devote all your time, energy, and effort to your own needs. It'll make you less envious, jealous, and you will stay focused in your creative work.
Perfect. That's a perfect translation, because back in their day, like, there wasn't really a social media to cut off, you know what I mean? Like, they didn't have to remove apps from their phone or anything, so it was kind of just like they really had to be on their mode and like do what they're doing, and not going out and doing all this and that. But taking a break from social media can definitely help. Like, so many of my friends or people that I talk to that are going through anything like negative in their life, one of the things I try to impart onto them is to spend more time with themselves, because spending more time with yourself can have a negative or a positive outcome. There's only two ways to think about it, right? But if you're not enjoying your time with yourself, then you're going to be looking for others to enjoy your time with, because you can't be alone, you know what I mean? But if you can find things that you truly enjoy doing in your own free time when you're alone, it's just you and your thoughts, whatever that is, if it's painting, writing, playing video games, running, like doing whatever it is that you do, find that in your life and spend time doing that, because getting back to those things, your highest passions, like your true joys in life, those things are what like pull you out of those bad times, no matter how much you have like pushing against you. So definitely get back to what you're doing and not focus on what people are saying. Good point. Great point. Let's go, Marcus.
2. Your reality is made by your opinions. Marcus Aurelius tells us, life is but what you deem it. Life is opinion. It means that there is no objective reality out there. We shape our own reality. We shape our own perception of the world with our thoughts. No external reality exists outside of our perceptions. The practical way you...
Facts. Like, there's no... All life is what our perception of life is. Like, there's no objective reality and we're just, like, seeing part of it. Like, every individual's life is just their perspective. Even if you want to talk about, like, cats, dogs, trees, grass, the wind, the water, like, all of those things are just experiencing life through their perspective of life. And it doesn't make it, like, there's no the objective life. It's all perspective.
This mode of thinking in your life is this: see everything in a positive light. For example,
Boom.
let's say
Optimism.
someone talks shit about you to your face. Rather than feeling frustrated, you can tell yourself, I'm glad that someone is talking shit about me. It means that I'm not boring and doing something interesting. Furthermore, when people insult us, try to harm us, or criticize us, it isn't the insult which hurts us. It's our interpretation of what they're saying which hurts us. If we interpret others' actions as irrelevant, how can we feel hurt? Practice it for a week. Interpret every action that happens to you as positive. For example, if someone insults you, think to yourself, how can this insult make me a stronger person? See every opportunity as a growth opportunity.
Facts.
3.
Facts. That is big old facts. We do a thing at my work where we have a rubber band on our wrist when we're working, and anything that happens negatively to us, if we say anything negatively, or like if you think anything negatively, you'll snap the band and like frame it in a positive light. We practice this like on a daily basis. So like this really does help, and an optimistic perspective changes everything. Like you won't even know it until you know it. Like once you go from a pessimistic perspective to an optimistic perspective, like your life will be 10 times better just because of that perspective change. Like if you can start framing everything in a positive way, then like nothing bad can really happen to you. You feel me? Like, if you do something wrong at work, like you mess up and your boss is like, why did you do that? They don't want an answer, first of all. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they don't really care why you did it, but sometimes they do. Tell them why you did it. They're going to tell you, oh, you should have done that. And you could spit back like, oh, well, I did it this way, and I think it's right, and it's better my way, and like, well, or you could say, oh, it still got done, didn't it? Like, it's still fine. But you could also say, you know what? Thank you. You're right. Thank you for teaching me how to do it the right way. And even if you don't think it's the right way, tell them thank you for teaching me the right way. Because in their mind, it's the right way. So, like, just like I just said, in the perspective sense, like, their way is the right way. So, like, thank you for teaching me how to do it the right way. And even if you don't do it that way, like, it's still a way better framing of mind. And they're going to take you, like, way better and way more professional. If you just have a positive attitude about it. Thank you for teaching me. I appreciate that. Thank you. Like, the cats are fighting out of the door. That like actually scared me. Holy moly. Hold on, I gotta let my cats out real quick.
Do less. Marcus Aurelius reminds us about the importance of doing less in life and cutting out the superfluous actions from life. If thou wouldst know contentment, let thy deeds be few, said the sage. Better still, limit them strictly.
Oh no. Hold on. Uppercam. Oh no, I gotta link the uppercam. Hold on. Uppercam. There it is. Activate that jump. W uppercam. For sure. Okay, we're back, chat. Oh, we. Okay. Cats have been let out. What's number 3?
Less. Marcus Aurelius
Do
reminds
less.
us about the importance of doing
Love
less
it.
in life and cutting out the superfluous actions from life. If thou wouldst know contentment, let thy deeds be
Superfluous
few,
actions
said
of
the
life.
sage.
Big,
Better
big
still,
time.
limit them strictly to such as are essential, and to such as in a social being reason demands, and as it demands. That means many of our actions and words are unnecessary. By not doing superfluous actions, we will be less stressed. We need to cut out the unnecessary things in our lives. The less
Facts.
superfluous actions, words, thoughts, and emotions, the more focus we'll have for what is really important to us in life. That might be time with your family, time to do your creative work, or the chance to help others. For a week, always ask yourself, is this superfluous when making decisions? You can
Superfluous.
apply this in many different ways.
must
For
have asked
example,
myself
if you
that.
have social obligations, ask yourself, is this social meeting superfluous? Learn how to say no, and say it as often as you can.
Oof, that's a big one too.
4.
Big deal. A lot of people have like a FOMO or fear of missing out and like, oh, I have to do this, I have to do that, overbooking themselves. Saying they can do all these things that they can't do, you know? Or aren't going to end up wanting to do. Or maybe they want to do them in the moment, but when the time comes around, they don't want to do them because they just had to do 3 other things they thought they wanted to do as well. So, saying no is a big time deal. Like, have your boundaries about yourself. Know when you want to do something and when you don't. What's good for you and what's not. Protect your energy, folks. You feel me?
Death is knocking at your door. Take it that you have died today and your life story has ended, and henceforward regard what further time may be given you as an uncovenanted surplus. Think about all the people who learn they have cancer or some other disease. Once they discover this, they drop all the shit they don't like doing in life and only focus on what's important to them. When we know that death is close, we don't waste our time. We don't waste our precious leisure time watching TV or other forms of passive entertainment. We rush into doing things that we are passionate about and work that is meaningful to us. We spend more time with our loved ones and omit
Facts.
superfluous people and actions from our lives. Reminding ourselves of death gives us focus. Today, imagine it like it were your last day on earth. What would you do and what would you not do for your day? What would you tell your loved ones? Who would you spend time with and who would you not spend time with? What creative act would you do? What would you not do in your day if you knew today was the last? Constantly meditate on this. Live every day as if it were your last. Because one day, it...
That's deep. if you really take this to heart and really live your day like it's your last day, this will absolutely change your life, like without a doubt. If there's one thing that you wanted to do, like if you wanted to change your life, you're not happy with where you are, and you're like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Think about today being my last day. And then go through your day. Why did I do that? Why did I sleep in this morning? Why didn't I get up early? Why did I skip breakfast? Or why did I eat this versus that? Like, why did I hang out with this person or that person, or listen to this music instead of that music, or play this game? Like, why am I doing all the things I'm doing? You'll get down to kind of like what drives you and what your intention is, and then you can kind of start focusing yourself on where you want to spend your energy and your time, because we only have so much time in each day, and each day truly could be our last. And if you're able to lay down at the end of every night before you go to sleep and think, this is my last day, this was a good day, this was a good day, I did the things I wanted to do today, then you win every day. Like, I started a trend or a habit of, I had a calendar on my wall, and every day at the end of the day when I was going through, like, turning all the lights off in my apartment at the time, the last thing I would do was go to that calendar, and I would mark down if I had a good day or a bad day. And that way, at the end of every week or at the end of every month, I could look back and see how many truly good days I had versus how many bad days I had. And it was astonishing, like, the amount of good days I had. Like, I rarely had a bad day, like 1 or 2 real bad days in a month. And I was just like, this life is good. You know what I mean? Like, if you can look back and appreciate as well, like, that helps so much. So, all right, talk to me, Marcus.
5. You're stronger than you think. Whenever someone tries to harm you, think of these words from Marcus Aurelius.
Talk to me.
How lucky I am that it has left me with no bitterness, unshaken by the present and undismayed by the future. The thing could have happened to anyone, but not everyone would have emerged unembittered. It means you're tougher than you think. You can't prevent others from throwing shit at you, but you can change your interpretation of the situation.
Oof,
if you want to be
bars.
a world-class boxer, you'll have to fight difficult opponents. You'll get beaten up, break a few bones, bleed, and as a result, you'll be stronger. Let's be honest, life is hard, and sometimes to live is an act of courage. Today, imagine yourself like the strongest person in the world. You're stronger than others. Whenever others try to harm you, imagine little arrows trying to pierce your golden armor. You're a giant, and others are ants trying to harm you. Whenever harm comes your way, remind yourself, thank God I'm so strong. This could have broken others, but it hasn't broken me.
Straight up. Like, if you're ever talking to people, I started noticing this a lot whenever I started meeting a lot of people in college, hearing their stories, backstories. You get to know people better, and they tell you deep things that have happened to them or they've experienced in their life. You start to realize, like, holy moly, like, some people I met, I was like, I can't believe you're still here in front of me. Like, if you're going through everything you've been through and you're still the person that I see in front of me, like, smiling, laughing, cracking jokes, going to class, like, all this stuff, it gave me so much respect for all these people. And, like, all of those people that I would tell that I viewed them as so strong, and I couldn't believe that. They were just like, I don't know, like, I just kept going, you know what I mean? Like, it didn't seem like much to them, you know, it was just like, shit happens, like, it's the past, what can you do, type vibes. So, everything that you go through negatively in your life, and positively, affects you, but more negatively in this sense, it makes you a stronger person. Like, me and a buddy were talking about this the other day. We're talking about heat, like, working in the heat or working in the cold outside for manual labor. Like, I used to work outside in the winter, and I would go through, and every time I would be, like, freezing cold, just wanting to, like, curl up in a ball and die right there. I would just think, if I can work in this cold of weather, then if it's exactly this cold tomorrow, it won't be as bad. If I can go through and do what I have to do today, enduring this pain, then I will be stronger for it, and it won't be as bad tomorrow. You know what I mean? So, good mindset to have that'll keep you kind of positively framing every negative thing as a training moment for you. So,
6.
Life is a
you are
training
rising
moment.
for the work of humankind. Marcus Aurelius tells us, a man's true delight is to do the things he was made for. What were you designed for? It depends. What is your gift? It might be your ability to socialize, to make others feel loved, your skill for reading or writing, your skill for research, your skill for synthesizing information and data, your skill for making visual images, your skill for empowering others, your skill for teaching, or your skill for making the world a more beautiful place. Discover your gift and figure out how you can best share it with others. If you don't know what your gift is, ask your friends, family, or your mum. Think about your gifts as a child and how you can best use your personal gift to help those around you. How can you best empower humankind with your gift? Always meditate on this and don't get distracted.
That's so good. Like, that's one of the biggest things, and I think the biggest drivers in people who are depressed or just generally not happy with where they are in life is that they're not living out their highest passions and they're not doing the things that they were designed to do on this world. Like, it's like I said, everybody's getting caught up in everything in today's day and age, but I feel like more than anything we get caught up in just working a job, whether it's for money, for status, because our parents told us to, or we felt like we should be this thing because of what everybody else thought about us. But if you can find your passion, like, what makes you more passionate than anything else? What if you could be in a white room doing this for the rest of your life, like, what would it be? And then if you can find a way to blend the thing you are most passionate about in your entirety, in your existence, with being able to monetarily support yourself and or others, doing that is going to make your dreams come true. Like, it's that simple. So, like, step one, find your passion. Find what you love to do in this life more than anything else. Step two, find a way to either earn monetary value from that or give that to the people as a gift to humankind. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't have to be centered around making money. Like, you can make money doing something that you don't particularly love as your highest passion, but you don't particularly hate. You just kind of enjoy doing it, and then spend your free time in that highest passion, helping humanity, helping others through whatever it is. But ideally, you'll be able to have your passion, make money from it, and empower others and give that gift to the world. That is, like, if you want to live a meaningful life, like, 3-step plan right there. Like, it's so easy. Marcus was saying it 2,000 years ago.
7.
I don't know. It wasn't 2,000.
Never
It was like
complain.
1,000.
Marcus
I don't know how
Aurelius
long ago
says,
this was.
is your cucumber bitter? Throw it away. Are there briars in your path? Turn aside. That's enough. It means, why must we complain? If there is someone who annoys you, just ignore them. Unfollow them from social media, or just cut your social
Straight
ties.
up.
Do you hate your job? Either quit your job, or figure out a way to make it less painful or miserable. We often can't change our external situations in the world, but we can always change our attitude towards it. Most of us don't have much time, energy, or money. Yet given our limited means, how can we make the best of what we have? Instead of complaining about life, think of how you can best use your limited means to do your life's task.
Facts.
Let's say your dream is to start your own business, but you have no experience, money, or time. How can you turn that into a benefit? Perhaps you don't have any dogma holding you back when it comes to business. Perhaps, by not having a lot of money, you can be more creative to be frugal with your business and create an economical business. Creativity breeds on constraints, so harness your constraints in a positive way. 8.
Beautiful. Beautiful point. Like, especially with friends, loved ones, relationships, if it is not benefiting you in, like, your soul's path or your highest passion, you have to cut that off, no matter how hard it can be. It doesn't have to be never talking to these people again, but you have to recognize who is here truly trying, or who is truly knows you and truly is enjoying the truest sense of you. What people are pushing you to achieve your dreams and cheering you on when they do and by your side when things don't go the way that you believe. Like, if you get that core group of people down, oof, life-changing. Cutting out all the negative ties, oof, change everything.
You can live
Come on.
happy anywhere. Marcus Aurelius says, let it be clear to you that the pace of green fields can always be yours, in this, that, or any other spot, and that nothing is any different here from what it would be, either up in the hills, or down by the sea, or wherever else you will. What causes a lot of misery for many of us is our homes where we live and the wish to be somewhere else. We might live in the suburbs and wish we lived in a city. We might live in the city and prefer living in the countryside. We live in the countryside, we might wish living at the beach. We live at the beach, we wish we lived on an island. If we lived on an island, perhaps we might prefer the convenience of living in a suburb. If you were happy with where you lived in the home you lived in,
there's no winning.
And desire to live elsewhere or in a bigger or better home, how much more energy, money and attention could you have for better things in life? Write a list of the positives of your home, your neighborhood or city. Never think of the negatives. And likewise, think of all the other places you would prefer to live. Then write the negatives of living in those places, such as the cost of living, traffic, pollution, distance from family and friends, etc. And then seek to not complain about your home or where you live, and dedicate all of...
Look up her chat. She cleaning herself. Why is it framed so slow? Camera's bugging. Hold on, let me deactivate and activate it back up. There she goes. Well,
of your creative energy to doing something personally meaningful.
Beautiful.
9. Help the common good. Marcus Aurelius says, avoid all actions that are haphazard or purposeless. And secondly, let every action aim solely at the common good. It means to be an honourable and purposeful human being is to help others. To help others, not as fortunate as us, to share our gift, our knowledge, and our resources. Keep doing good towards others, even though they may hate us. And once you have helped others, forget it. Better yet, don't even be conscious that you're helping others. Marcus Aurelius tells us to have no consciousness of all of what he has done. Like the vine, which produces a cluster of grapes, looks for no more thanks than a horse that has run his race. For a week, do good to others without expecting any praise. The pleasure of having helped others is good enough.
That's a great point.
10.
I love it.
Be grateful for your blessings. Marcus Aurelius says, do not indulge in dreams of having what you have not, but reckon up the chief of the blessings you do possess, and then thankfully remember how you would crave for them if they were not yours.
Facts. That is straight facts. I advocate people to pray often, and when people are like, well, what do I pray about? Or I don't know, I don't pray. Like, I just say, thank God. Thank whatever you want to call it. If you don't like calling it God, like, thank God. Thank the creator of existence for letting you live, for letting you experience this life, for putting a roof over your head, clothes on your back, water in your stomach, like water in your system, food on your plate, like air in your lungs, sound in your ears, light in your eyes, smells in your nose, like everything that you have, be thankful for. Because if you didn't have it, you would wish you would. It's always it's like the common not knowing how great it is for until you have a stuffed up nose and you would do anything for that deep breath through your nose. Like, it is crazy how often we go through pointing out how much we dislike this or that or this or that or this sucks. This sucks about my job. My boss said this. Like, when you could just be framing everything positively and being thankful for every little thing that you have. Change your life.
No matter how wealthy or successful we are, we can never get everything that we want. Happiness isn't having everything in the world. Rather, happiness is being grateful for all the blessings we already have. Count your blessings and then vividly imagine if you didn't have those blessings. How much would you crave those blessings if you didn't have them? I hope that you can also integrate some of these lessons into your life to give you less suffering, stress, anxiety, and more strength to do your life's task to serve the common good. Do subscribe to us for more weekly videos.
Philosophies
like
for
this.
life. Look at them. I am subscribed, or I would have already. Boom. Beautiful video. Beautiful video. All right. Whoa. Love it. Chat. I gotta be getting water.